Hi. um, Yesterday I did a live video on Facebook, and I was talking about racism and about this old lady at Walmart. And so basically, I said I don't think that's the kind of racism that we need to worry about it, because if I mean, if you look at the video, and even though she said the N word and she make the Hispanic girl cry, and I say that she's been just an idiot or been rude or an asshole, whatever. But I don't think that's the kind of racism that we need to worry about it, because it's just, I mean, people being ignorant, And this lady, this old lady, she doesn't have any power to stop anybody from getting the resources. For example, she has no power to stop uh, anybody for from buying at Walmart. At the end, was banned. She's banned from Walmart. So I think that's not the kind of racism that we need to worry about it. The kind of racism that we need to worry about it's this kind. Let's see.
It's actually kind of narrow because I have 1 minute left.
And I would like to refer back to your question about the comment about those
I'm
who
sure
are
you would.
resistant
I
to
want
change.
to ask particularly, is there a line for you on state flexibility? You are the backstop for students in their right to access a quality education. Would you, in this case, say, we are going to overrule and you cannot discriminate, whether it be on sexual orientation, race, special needs, in our voucher programs? Will that be a guarantee from you for our students?
For states who have programs that allow for parents to make choices, they set up the rules around that.
So that's a
And
no.
that-
Do
and
you
that
see
is-
any circumstance where the Federal Department of Education, under your leadership, would say that a school was not qualified? What if they said, we are not accepting African American students, but that was okay with the state? Does the state trump? Do you see any situation where you would step in?
Well, again, I think the Office of Civil Rights and our Title IX protections are broadly applicable across the board. But when it comes to parents making choices on behalf of their students...
This isn't about parents making choices. This is about use of federal dollars. Is there any situation, would you say to Indiana, that school cannot discriminate against LGBT students if you want to receive federal dollars? Or would you say the state has the flexibility in this situation?
I believe states
Yes or no?
continue to have flexibility in putting together their programs.
So if I understand your testimony, I want to make sure I get this right. There is no situation of discrimination or exclusion that if a state approved it for its voucher program, that you would step in and say, that's not how we're going to use our federal dollars. There's no situation if the state approved it that you would put the state flexibility over our students. Is that your testimony?
I think a hypothetical in this case
It's
is
not a
appropriate.
hypothetical. This is a real school applying for, that receives
lady's
dollars.
time has expired, but I'm going to allow the secretary to answer.
I go back to the bottom line is we believe that parents are the best equipped to make choices for their children's schooling and education decisions, and too many children today are trapped in schools that don't work for them. We have to do something different. We have to do something different than continuing a top-down, one-size-fits-all approach. And that is the focus, and states and local communities are best equipped to make these decisions and frameworks on behalf of their
I am shocked that you cannot come up with one example of discrimination that you would stand up for students.
Not required to answer. Go now to the gentleman from Idaho, Mr. Simpson.
Okay, so that's the kind of racism and discrimination that we need to worry about. It's not about some random guy or some random lady who's a douchebag and we encounter with this situation at a store or on the street or whatever, and we say like this is our society, this is no, because at the end they don't have any power to stop you from getting any kind of resources. On the other hand, people like Betsy DeVos, she's working, she's trying to stop you from getting the resources, in this case, the education. And as we notice, people get upset for the wrong thing, I believe. I mean, I know it's bad, and I know we shouldn't have these situations when we face racism at a store or at a parking lot, at school. But what I'm saying is that these guys, these ladies, they don't have any power to stop you from getting anything you want. This lady, this Walmart lady, uh, she's not working for the government, and she's not trying to put in place policies where they're deny they're going to deny access to Latinos or uh, people of color. But people like Betsy DeVos, she wants to deny you access to education if you are part of a minority, if you are an LGBT, a member of the LGBT community, or I don't know. And as we saw in this video, she couldn't uh, give us an answer when she say like, you know what, I'm gonna stop any kind of discrimination. I'm gonna speak out against any discriminatory at schools, and she couldn't because she's there to do her job, to put in place policies that are discriminatory. So I I believe it is okay to get upset, to be mad when we see these kinds of videos, but that's not the kind of racism that is gonna impact us, that is going to affect us. The kind of racism, the kind of discrimination that we need to worry about is the kind that comes from the government, that comes in places like schools or uh, work. So that is my opinion. I hope you like, and please comment, share, and like the Republic of Silence.